First one here is the KSU Atwood. It didn't grow very well in the first 5 years, but the last 2 years is catching up to the other ones. It's had better feeding and watering regime and management as well of the tree. So I've got a single shoot here. That's going to be the main grain tip. It has a few buds on it this year. I can show you those if I can find any. There we are. There's a fruiting bud here, a flowering bud rather. So that will flower next year. Hopefully produce some fruit. And there's one here as well. Yeah, so that's KSU Atwood from the Kentucky State University. Originally I purchased this from Libera Nursery in Switzerland. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So this one here is sunflower. It has produced flowers for the previous 2 years but never set fruit. But this year I've got plenty of fruit, as you can see. A lot of fruit clusters here. Better view on the side. Yeah, really pleased with that. There's a few here, and down here. I've had to sort of, you can see, support the branches so they don't bend over and break. See some pre-planning. Really good, really pleased with the sunflower variety, and it's really reaching for the sky. I do want to top it about 8 to 9 feet, so it's more manageable. Yeah, really good. It has flower buds for next year. There's this one here, and there's several really strong flower buds for next year on this branch here. So the flower, you can tell the flower buds from the leaf buds by just looking at how plump they are. So fairly plump, and as opposed to a bud that's going to grow into a branch. So this is fairly thin and pointed. That's the way to tell. Yep. So really pleased with this. Coming around to the side, we've got NC1 Campbell. This one here, very tall. It's competing with sunflower in terms of growing, and it did flower quite a lot, but it hasn't been setting too much fruit. There is one cluster of fruit right in the middle here, so that's good. Place like this year, and there are quite a few branches with flower buds. So let's see if we can find some. Yep, there's one here. There's one there. That's a flower bud for next year, and that's a leaf bird. Okay. What else can I show you? Fairly rigorous grower actually, but let's hope I can get more fruit on that next year. And then the last, this penultimate one from in this patch is this one here. It's an unnamed seedling. So I've done 1 or 2 grafts onto it with some named cultivars. Let's see how they turn out next year. It has flowered a little bit, but only 1 fruit set this year, which is down here somewhere. Yeah, if I can spot it, there it is. Okay, I can't get it into focus. This is my first video. Never mind. But yeah, so that's the 4 large trees, and the last one. This was a Pennsylvania Golden. It died, and then this was a root sucker that came out. Over the last 2 years, I attempted to graft it early in the year. It failed. And now this is the second graft I did in July, so this is taking, and it will now take off hopefully next year. So looking forward to that. It will have a good root system, so it should grow quite vigorously next year. Fingers crossed. Okay, that's my main pawpaw patch. I have two others on the side. So if we go across, so that's another unnamed seedling, bought from an online nursery. It's never produced any flowers. It doesn't have flowers for 2026. It's growing quite well. I've grafted one or two cultivars onto it just to try and get it to flower a bit earlier, but unsuccessful. Just not showing any flower buds for next year, so well, we'll have to wait for 2027. And the last one is over here. This is a unnamed seedling as well, but unlike its neighbor, it's doing rather well. It flowers profusely, has in the last 2 years, but this is the first year that it's really set any fruit, and it's set it in abundance. There's lots of fruit there. There's some fruit here which I've bagged so it doesn't drop to the floor after ripening. There's a few fruit clusters all around the tree. Really pleased with this. Again, it's unnamed, so let's see what the taste and fruit quality is like, and then we might look to name it, and then maybe possibly provide signs to fellow pawpaw growers in the hope that it'll get a bit more wider distribution, but that's only if the fruits taste really good. Okay, so quite a lot of fruits there. Quite pleased with this. It's a very satisfying feeling. I mean, not having had any fruit set in the last 8 years, this is the first year I've had 2 trees setting fruit in this much abundance. So very much looking forward to sort of mid to end of September when they ripen. Okay, and this one is growing rather vigorously, and I will have to look at topping it at around 9 or 10 feet. Okay, good. So that's the end of the video. I'll do another one, just to let you know a bit more about the progress of the pawpaws and possibly the taste of the pawpaw fruit, and what I intend to do with that going forwards. So yeah, thanks for watching. This is Kaz. Speak to you soon.